Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Exalted One and welcome back to the fucking Nexus. In today's video, we are stepping back into try mode on the brand new hero to release today actually, Zul'jin. He is a ranged assassin that has some of the most unique ability, with his axes, and as well some of the coolest ultimates to come into the game in a while, at least in my opinion, and he feels really fucking fun. He's a blast. So let's go ahead and hop in and start explaining on where he might be able to excel and go over the talents, all that kind of shit. So let's go ahead and hop in, and we'll see you in a second. Alright, as mentioned, Zul'jin is a ranged assassin. Unique in a couple different ways. His ultimates are insane, and his base kit is pretty interesting with some of the skill shots that you do have. But first, let's touch his trait. His trait is Berserker. You activate that on and off as you do choose. It has about a half a second cooldown there. Think of Tychus's ultimate, or excuse me, his trait in a little bit of a way that you can activate that at any given time, but with a lessened cooldown. So the trade-off though is you do attack much harder, so 206 on base and activated 257. That is a 25% increase. Though, the trade-off to that is that you do lose 2% of your health every auto attack that you do fire. Now, it cannot kill you, as it would seem like it would. So if you do continue to attack while you are low on health, it is not going to kill you. You are just going to drop to 1 health, and your auto regen for your health is going to kick in and kind of keep you up above that just slightly. Though if anyone even so much as looks at you, you are dead. And you do attack 1% faster for every 1% of your health missing. So you can see this little UI right here. Berserker does show our current balance or amount that we are missing as health, and does give us a good idea on how much additional damage or attack speed that we're going to be doing. So 47 already, and you can see how much faster we're attacking and how much harder we're hitting without our trait even active. So we can activate that, drop health. You can see it just climbing up just ever so slightly. But once we do drop, or no, excuse me, that's just a flat rate at this point. There's 25% damage increase on our base amount. And you can see how fucking fast he can attack at basically 0 health, like 1 to 5, which is insane. And that's kind of a good basis of his play style. Now, our Q ability right here is Grievous Throw, straight line skill shot, nothing too fancy about that at all. It does mark a target, and you do 3 auto attacks of increased damage on that particular target. So for you already gained 25% on your basic amount there, and then you gain an additional 50% bonus damage as well for those 3 attacks that the enemy is marked, and they are marked for 8 seconds. Hits the first and second target, so it pierces the first, hits the second. Think Stormbolt from Muradin on that Q ability, very similar in that regard. Now W looks goofy as all hell. That is a straight circle right around Zul'jin that he kind of anchors that point, and you can shoot it around yourself in this goofy arc here. And what that allows us to do, let's go ahead and toggle cooldown, because that's an 8-second cooldown. It throws out 2 different projectiles that both go at the same speed, the same side, and just completes that circle for us. Now, the weird thing about it is that it comes back to you. So you throw it out, and then it comes back and hits that original cast point. Wherever you cast that is where it's going to stay for that full circle there. And deals 246 damage at level 20, and slows by 15% per axe for 2 seconds. So those, I believe, do stack on a particular target if you do hit them with both. Let's try and test that here on Arthas. Yeah, he slowed down quite a bit. And I would assume if he's going to be moving, that would be for that 30% movement speed debuff. Now, it does a pretty good amount of damage, so about 500 burst there with 246, so just short of 500 burst damage on 1 cast of that if you do hit them with both projectiles. So very cool ability, and very cool UI as well for that cast. Now E, regeneration. So let's go ahead and lose a little bit of health here with our trait. Come on now. Ramp it up here. There we go. Starting to lose that health. The weird thing is that it incentivizes you to lose health. That's not something that's too commonly touted in the Nexus, because you want to hold on to health as much as possible. But E, so you can see, oh, got interrupted. Try and cast again. As soon as we take damage, interrupted. So think of Alarak's, like his charge in. Very similar in that regard. If you take damage from any source whatsoever, it is going to cancel your ability, but it does heal you over 4 seconds for 25% of your life as a base kit. Moving or channeling, or while you're channeling, does cancel that as well. So if we try and move, nope, not going to get anything out of that other than the initial burst of 209 health, which is basically squat. Can't do shit with that. So we got our basic abilities. We got our trait as well, the passive on that. Again, attacking faster the more health you are missing. So it does incentivize you again to have health missing. At level 1, Bone Slicer, augmenting our Grievous Throw. Now pierces all enemies in its path. Let's grab that. Boom! Instead of the first 2 hits everything. Each single one of these with the debuff does get that 3 auto attacks in that 8 seconds that we can hit them for, which is insane. It helps out his wave clear immensely and just does absolute work. And again, hit that Arthas on the way out. So very solid ability there. If you are going for an auto attack style build, which is quite common because it is very strong with Zul'jin, it is going to be the choice at level 1. Now let's go ahead and reset. Arcanite Axe is at level 1 as well for our W. It lowers the cooldown of Twin Cleave by half a second for each hero hit, and that is going to be, let's go ahead and check this out if we can hit Arthas here. If he wants to stop wiggling around, 876. So does that count it, or does that count for all enemies? Let's see, 6. Let's see, toggle cooldowns. Nope, only on heroic targets. Okay, cool. So just wanted to make sure that that was accurate. Oh, on every hero hit. Hey, helps read the tooltip, dumbass. All right, cool. And while you are below 50% health, you do gain ability power of 25%. So that increase there is quite nice and pretty substantial. See that slow on Arthas? Oh, I thought he had him. I thought I had him, the cheeky fucker. All right, we're going to go ahead and wipe him down. The other option is you want Axe. Now, every 5 basic attacks you hit, increase your auto attack damage by 1.5. 1.5, that is it. Very similar to the quest talent for Vala, where she hits 100 auto attacks and it increases the hatred gain. I believe it's the hatred gain per attack. Or increases the attack speed per hatred stack. However, this doesn't have such a good payoff. After you hit 120 heroes, so even more, your auto attack range is increased by 20. So you only gain 36 auto attack damage per hit, which can be blindingly fast if he is very, very low on health. But you're not very commonly going to hit that point until much, much, much later into the game. So it makes trying to hit that so much harder than it really needs to be. Gonna hit Arthas with a slowdown and block. There he goes. He walked into it to be a champ there. Okay, so you want the Axe. It can be good because you can attack much harder and hit a bit harder. So you're thinking 315, add another 36 to that is a little bit crazy, but it takes so ridiculously long to complete that. Not going to be an option that I personally go for. Arcanite Axes is pretty neat. Bone Slicer for the auto attack basics there. So Bone Slicer at level 1 for this particular build that we'll run through. Troll's Blood, regeneration heals more by 75%. Yes, kind of. It does heal you more. It does increase your sustain, but when you want to stay below a certain point in health, you're going to be sticking tight to your healer. You're going to be hoping there's a Tassadar. You're going to be hoping there's, Rhaegar with Bloodlust, something that can keep you up there while you keep your trait active the entire time, because that is one of the best synergies that are available. You can take damage the entire time, have Moralis heal you, something like that, to be able to stay in the game. Let the killing begin, increase our passive, so when you kill an enemy, not just a heroic enemy, but a basic enemy as well, it does increase your auto attack speed by 6% up to 30. You get this little UI right down here that does display that. And when you do kill a heroic target, it does automatically increase your bonus to 30%. Come on, Arthas. Be a good guy here. Oh, you cheeky fucker. There we go. Alright, so it does fill our stacks right there all the way up to 30. Now, at auto-attacking at all, not on a heroic target, but at all, does refresh that. So it does have a little cooldown here that you can see the little bar just barely there. It does not have a timer actually on it, but you can see that it drops a little bit. You can see that just tend to go down a little bit, and we hop back in here, hit one auto-attack, and it refreshes. So 30% auto attack speed when you're thinking combined with your trait of 25% auto attack damage, and your Q that can actually cleave through targets and give you those 3 auto attacks. Pretty nice combination. You can kind of see where the build and where the character is going. Headhunter, really unique ability. Let's say very difficult to use, if something at all you're going to take. Can you get into a team fight where the enemy team is wiped and gain all stacks at one time? Yes, you can. Basically, you get a takedown of all unique enemy heroes. So all 5 heroes on the enemy team, you get an activated ability to reveal them all for 4 seconds. So if you're playing against a double stealthy team, maybe you get a couple of early game kills that aren't so nice for them. You're going to have a good advantage being able to see them without them knowing. Or no, they would know that. They would show themselves as revealed. But you gain that sight on them, so they lose their surprise advantage on you. But holy crap, it's so situational to have a need for that. It's ridiculous. And 30% auto attack speed, and that sticks around for 15 seconds, and 1 auto attack is going to refresh that. That's insane. Like, I had to just dick around and walk around here for 15 seconds to lose that, which is insane. And then you can just go right back in and gaining that again. Already at 3 stacks, which is nuts. It's absolutely insane what you can do with that. And already, again, filled up. With 1 takedown, you're immediately filled. Let the killing begin. Absolutely the choice you should be taking in most scenarios. Troll's Blood is alright at best. Vicious Assault at level 7. Increase the number of bonus damage basic attack hits from Grievous Throw to 6 from 3. Doubles them. Basic attacks against the afflicted heroes reduce the cooldown as well by 2 seconds. So we can hit and immediately start wailing into Arthas. We have it available again. Wailing into him. Hit him again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Refresh it. Hit that damage there. And, oh, you cheeky fucker. Yeah, get back there. And you can hit this against all targets there as well. Only gaining the cooldown reduction, however, on heroic targets. But it is very solid. It keeps that, the uptime of that ability is very, very high if you take that at level 7 if you're going for an auto attack build. Highly, highly recommend that. The other option, though, you do have a couple. So, Bone Slicer, Let the Killing Begin, Vicious Assault, usually wrong place, wrong time. So, your W ability normally is just kind of straight like that, but if we do take wrong place, wrong time, it does create this little center reticle that if you do hit a target in that particular spot, it does hit them for bonus damage, 332 bonus damage. So when you're thinking, boom, you hit for 266 at level 22. So it was about 500 damage for hitting both at level 20. You're looking at about another 300 damage on top of that. So, 800, and I believe that each one gains? No, 1 crit. Okay. Was wondering if it was going to be 1 crit or multiple. So 1 crit of 322 bonus damage per target that is in that range, however. So, boom, we just hit 3 different targets there on that hit. So very, very solid for small areas. If you can place this into like a tight corridor like this where enemies need to walk through, you can get a lot of bonus damage out of that as well. If you're going for a W build, which personally I like, I've played them both, very, very cool ability. Another option for the auto attack build. So if we're going with that one, Bone Slicer for sure. Let the Killing Begin. At level 7, Recklessness as well. So when you're below 50% health, basic attack damage is increased by 25%. So when you can combo this together, not as well with your Grievous Throw, you're still able to hit that, immediately come through here, and we're going to drop below 50%, and now we're hitting for about 334, I believe, as a base amount. And we can wipe him down, but yeah, I don't know. I like the burst more, personally, of Vicious Assault, because this is pushing you real low for only a 25% increase. When you're thinking that you gain a 50% increase and 65% increase with our level 1 talent, Vicious Assault usually gonna be better. But if you go a different direction at level 1, Recklessness is still an option, just not what I would personally be looking at. I would either go with Bone Slicer if you're going for auto attack build, or the Wrong Place, Wrong Time if you're going for a W build. Absolutely 100%. Now, let's try and get through the rest of these talents. Bone Slicer, Let the Killing Begin, Vicious Assault, Tazdingo! You become unkillable for 4 seconds. You cannot drop below 1 health. And that is pretty much it, because your trait is going to give you monstrous attack damage during that time frame. We can go ahead and at level 10 even, without taking any further talents, we can go right to the boss and kind of show off how fast you can fucking attack. It's insane. So we're automatically hitting this already. We already have cooldowns off. Let's go ahead and turn cooldowns on. There we go. So we're hitting a ton of damage. Right before we die, we go unkillable and can just wail on him. Though not able to necessarily kill the boss right now. It's a little bit hard unless you pick up a little bit later talents. That is the move speed and the attack speed bonus, yeah. So Tazdingo makes you unkillable. So it's insane what you can do on forts and the like. So you can basically run into a fort, stand there, attack so blindingly fast that you can kill an entire fort or keep within about like 20 seconds from full health. Tazdingo, and make sure that you survive through that. Now, if anyone so much as breathes on you, you're gonna die, but it's still pretty damn interesting. And in the middle of a team fight, when you're about close to death, you can wail on some people. If you're in the middle of a team fight where you're kind of going back and forth, if you pop Tazdingo right at the last second before you die, you can deal a massive amount of damage to the enemy team and just crush them. And that is one of the best parts of the character, in my opinion, is Tazdingo. In the middle of those crazy team fights, you can pull it off and absolutely carry your team through that. The other option is Guillotine. So Guillotine is a little bit goofy. So Bone Slicer, let's kill him again. Vicious Assault. Guillotine is in a very, very generous area of effect. Lays down a targeted ability that you can pretty much lay wherever you so choose, and does damage based on, so it does how much base at level 20? 446 damage base, but it also does damage based on the amount of health that you're missing as well. So we'll try and burn this down a little bit. Of course, he's going to run away from us. Try and slow him down a little bit. Come on, we're trying to lose health here, Arthas. Help us out here. Alright. Now we should be good with hitting some minions and shit. Here we go. So we are missing. You can see the damage as well. It creates the UI for you, showing you how much damage it's going to hit. And 1500 is fucking crazy damage. Crazy burst you can get out of this. But if you don't have someone like Uther on your team that gives you a Divine Shield to be able to cast it at that last second, you're not going to get a lot. You're not going to want to hang out with 25% health, just chilling, hoping for a team fight for your ultimate. And the damage drops drastically, down to 800 now at half health, which is not all that good, especially against tanks. You're not going to get that much damage. But Tazdingo gives you 4 seconds, a 4-second window to wipe the enemy team. While Guillotine may hit one area, you can still miss it. It's a huge area, can be good for a chase. Level 20 is not that bad, but personally, Tazdingo, hands down, in particular with a couple builds that I've been running today as he's come out. So level 13, Eye of Zul'jin, hitting an enemy hero with Grievous Throw increases your movement speed by 25% for 2 seconds. Lets you to stick to a target a little bit better. So pretty solid, especially with the auto attack build. Something you might go for. Though the one that I do choose personally is Forest Medicine. Instead of having to stand still, you don't have to channel your E ability anymore. You can continue to walk around, you can move. Now, if you do take any damage whatsoever still, you're going to drop that channel and not be able to gain that health. So it's still a goofy ability, but it gives you a little bit more access to be able to still be disengaging from the enemy team as you gain health back. And especially with your W ability slowing them down, you can definitely get away in most scenarios, because you can slow them down and move away. That would definitely be my pick. The other option, Voodoo Shuffle, activates to remove all current root slow effects on Zul'jin. Cooldown to 45 seconds. I mean, prevents a lot of his counter is CC, but doesn't remove stuns, doesn't stop stuns, doesn't give you invulnerable, doesn't do a whole lot other than roots and slows. So situational at best. Force Medicine more than likely going to be the best option, or Eye of Zul'jin if you're really looking for that increased option of sticking to a target beyond your W. Because with W and a slow on your Q, you do not have, sorry. So with your movement speed on your Q and the slow on the W on the enemy target, you can definitely stick to people very, very easily. But Force Medicine, my personal choice. Swirling Death at level 16 W. So instead of the one wraparound, it goes for another full round. Another full circle there on Arthas, hitting for 500, 1,000 damage if you hit him both times if he's standing still. Not too common that they're standing still like that, but again, thinking that you're going to use this ability in tight corridors or areas that are standing still, for the most part, are clumped up enemies, huge value out of that. Not by itself, unfortunately, so if you were going with an auto attack build, I wouldn't mix the two at level 16. Would only take Swirling Death if you're going to go wrong place, wrong time at level 7. Now, other options we do have at this level range. So auto attack build again, let the killing begin. Not that one. Let's reset. Bone Slicer, let the killing begin. Vicious Assault, Taz Dingo. I have Zul'jin or Force Medicine personally. Lacerate, Twin Axe slows more by another 15%. You kind of get the idea. It slows them down a little bit better. Ferocity, increase the attack speed bonus of Berserker by 40%, which is insane. So let's go ahead and hop into the boss again. I know that this didn't go that well the first time, but let's see what we can do here. So again, we're going to toggle our cooldowns. Okay. And we're unkillable. What was I doing last time that I was able to sustain on this boss? Oh god, we're dead. I swear I had done that before. What was it? It had to have been with You Want the Axe. I had to have gotten that done. Okay. That makes more sense then. Alright, cool. Oh no, Armani Resilience. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I got all distracted because I was like, wait a minute, I did that a minute ago. What the fuck happened? What happened between now and then that got me killed? Alright. Now, the only thing, without his W available, you can't really chase. He has no real movement beyond the level 16 talent I have Zul'jin. So he's a little bit hard to stick to targets. He's definitely not like an Illidan. He's definitely not a variant. He's not one of the sticky targets beyond a couple different talents that he can kind of keep up for a little bit. But Ferocity, increase your attack speed bonus by 40%, which is fucking insane. Insane how fast it can go. At level 20, Amani Resilience. So Taz Dingo restores health when it's over. So as Dahaka has his adaptation, where he takes in damage and then heals that immediately after that's over, think of the opposite. So you take damage drastically, but you're healed for how much you deal over that length of time, and it's not over time, it's an instant heal. So if we go in on the boss here, let's go ahead and take Amani Resilience. Let's go ahead and hop in on this by hitting our Q immediately, trying to get those extra auto attacks in, or those bonus damage. Move out of the route. That failed miserably. Alright, and we pop Zul Taz Dingo, and immediately we gain a shitload of health. Just an unbelievable amount. And again, we're just short of that. I'm not too sure why. Oh, last time I'd gone in right here and it was just kiting the boss around. That's what was going on. Okay. God, I was like, damn it, I did that a minute ago. Alright, and 407 a shot at how fast we're attacking is ungodly. It's just gross. 140% attack speed is insane. And you get, I believe, about 50% increased damage with the talents that we've taken. It's ridiculous. Level 20, Buzzsaw, Guillotine moves forward. So let's go ahead and grab that. Bone Slicer, let the killing begin. Vicious Assault, Guillotine. Forced Medicine, personally, Ferocity, and Buzzsaw. So you saw that it moves in a straight line, or hits in this kind of straight line apart from us kind of area, but you can very safely wail it on targets that are trying to run away. So it lands and then immediately rolls forward. It's really cool in how it looks. The art style to it is insane, but again, the damage is just kind of not all that well there. And when you're thinking kind of like a Hinterland Blast, it's a little bit goofy in how it's cast and how it like lands and moves forward. It's real weird. It's real weird, and there's not a whole lot of killing blow potential, in my opinion, for that. You can definitely chase if enemies are weak. Fantastic for that, but very singular purpose versus Taz Dingo. Let's go ahead and reset and check out the last level 20, which, blah. I mean, meh. Is the best way to put that. Blah. Meh. Throw a net that roots enemies. The first one hit for 2 seconds. a storm talent that is a skill shot, one that you can miss on a very kind of short area. Rooted, 1 1000, 2 1000. Oh, he broke out. Woo! Like, it's cool. But with a 60-second cooldown on something you can miss versus the heal of Tazdingo, no fucking way is that going to be taken. Like, that situational is like a mile away from that. That's just shit. It is shit in comparison to basically any other level 20 talent that you can get on any other character at any point in the game. It's insane that that's an option to me. Terrible. Don't fucking take that. Now, the cool thing that I love to go for, I've played a few different games, and rather than relying so heavily on your auto attacks, I really like the W build. So you reduce the cooldown, you gain ability damage by 25% or ability power. You still go for let the killing begin. That's what I go with. Wrong place, wrong time to have that little reticle. Still Tazdingo, because personally I think it's better. Forced Medicine, Swirling Death for the second wraparound, and Amani Resilience. So there's Arthas. There's about 1600 damage in that one shot. And he gets slowed down quite a bit as well. So you can throw in, back up, hit him with that. He's not really able to get away too much. And I mean, granted, cooldowns are off. But when you think about it, single target, it does lower your DPS. But in a team fight, on a cramped map, on a tight space, you can do a ton of work with this. It hits around. They're not expecting that second shot yet. People have not gotten used to that ability. And the cooldown on it is kind of insane. If you hit multiple targets, each one of the blades hits one target that's half a second. So if you hit in the middle, like we just did, that was a 1 second with both hit, 2 seconds with that. So we're dropping that down from an 8-second cooldown immediately to 6. And by the time that's actually finished, it'll be coming through. Now, you do gain a 4-second increase overall with, which one was it? I think that's wrong place. Wrong. No, the double blades. So 4-second cooldown increase. So that's down at 12 seconds. But, you know, when you cast it, 12 seconds there, 10 and 8. So each shot, you're dropping that down by a lot. I think that it gives us the, when the critical hits, I think that that counts as a cooldown reduction. That's cool. It does a lot of damage, though. A lot of bursts. When you're thinking 800 in a shot, yeah, that's only 2 auto attacks when you're really fed up. It's a lot of damage. But when it can wrap around, hit everything, helps out your clear as well, does not take your life away, so you can save that for your burst popping in with your auto attacks. And trying to slow him down, but not really working out too well. It's a little bit fucking crazy. Now we can kind of show off some of the auto attack ability here for Tazdingo. So we're just kind of keep wailing into this. Can hit a tower for insane damage, unkillable, and immediately wailing into this tower. Killed it and gained about 1100 damage, and we're not even built for that auto attack speed or damage, which is insane. It's insane, that level 20 talent, how strong it is. Which, I mean, that's the idea, so fantastic job by Blizzard. But I can't stop doing the W build. I find it so fun. It's a weird skill shot to try and hit. It's so goofy. But I love that. I love that people might not see where it's going, or when it comes at you, they're like, oh, where the fuck, like, how do you get away from that? You walk in the center, you walk out of it, which can be difficult in a team fight. So you can zone people, you can back them off, you can move forward, you can use it as a slow, as an engage, you can use it to chase down targets. It's a very versatile ability, and very versatile talents as well, dealing that damage. And 1700 damage out at level 22 in one ability. So one cast for 60 mana is 1700 damage on a target that's not moving, or is CC'd immediately. So you hit that first one, they get CC'd on top of that, another one pops right through. It's so much fun, so fucking fun, and Tazdingo is just incredible when you can turn around and team fight basically by yourself. It's insane. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by. This is Zul'jin. Definitely would pick him up if you have some gold lying around. The skin, by the way, is fantastic. It looks fucking cool. They did a great job. And the Amani Warbear, also pretty fucking dope. It's real fucking cool. I would definitely check him out. And if nothing else, pop into try mode just so you can figure out what his range is, how far away he can stand from a target to hit them, what his strengths are. You can kind of get a sense of that from this video, but you don't know a whole lot until you get in and get your hands on him. And try mode is the best way to do that. But everybody, again, I know I say it all the time, thank you so much for stopping by and making the channel what it is, and we will see you all next time in the Nexus.